Hi there, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Bernadette, and my intention with this yoga practice today is to help you take care of your feet. So you might be one of those people that your feet get sore or tired or achy. They might even have a little bit of tension there. Or your feet just might feel dull. Like the muscles aren't fully awake and fully vibrant all the time. So today's practice is going to help you take care of your feet, give them a little stretch, a little strength, a little flexibility so that all the muscles around our feet are resilient. So let's go ahead and just get right into it. So meet in tabletop position. We're going to practice Chakravarkasana. And if you've done some yoga with me before, this is definitely a pose that you're familiar with, but we're going to do a different adaptation of it today to really make it specialized for our feet and our toes and our ankles. So stack your joints here so the wrists are beneath the shoulders and the knees are beneath the hips. And as you inhale, we're going to tuck our toes under as you lift your chest. So tuck your toes under and you can gently press back through the heels just so that we get a little stretch for our toes as you lift your chest. And then as you exhale, uncurl your toes and engage your belly muscles in as you start to bend your elbows and shift your hips back towards your heels. So come all the way back toward child's pose. And now we'll pause here for a moment. So the tops of your feet are on the floor now. So if you get tight in your shins or in the tops of your feet, this might feel like a pretty deep stretch for you right now, having your hips all the way back towards your heels. So if it does, and especially if it feels like too much pulling, you can raise your hips a little bit and sort of calibrate how far back you come into child's pose so that you're getting that stretch for the top of the feet, but it's not feeling too strenuous or like there's a lot of pulling there in your connective tissue. So you can always, keeping your elbows down, you can always raise your hips a little bit more if that serves you better. All right, so on your next inhale, we're gonna come up back through tabletop, tuck the toes under as you lift your chest, press back gently with your heels so we get that little stretch for our toes. And then as you exhale, uncurl your toes, draw your belly in, bend your elbows, shift your hips back. And remember, you can always calibrate how far you bring your hips back to serve your own feet today. So let's do 3 more like that. So inhale, lift your chest, come on up through your tabletop position, tuck the toes under, gently squeeze back with the heels. As you exhale, uncurl your toes, bend your elbows, shift your hips back like child's pose. Inhale, come on up. This is good because we're stretching our back too, which is always a great way to start the day as well. So inhale, lift your chest, squeeze back with the heels, toes are tucked under. As you exhale, uncurl your toes, shift your hips back towards your heels, like child's pose, and we'll do 1 more like that. So inhale, leading with the front of your chest, come on up. Curl your toes under, heels squeeze back. And then as you exhale, uncurl your toes, belly draws in, shift your hips back towards your heels. Now pause here for a moment and stay and just stretch your back, let the tops of the feet stretch in the shins. And then when you're ready, walk your hands towards you. And we're gonna stretch the bottoms of our feet. So similar action to what we did in Chakravarkasana, but now that our feet and our ankles are a little bit more warmed up, we'll hold it here for a second. So come and stand on your knees, tuck your toes under like you see here, and then go ahead and sit back on your heels. So hopefully where you feel this is in the bottom of your feet, you might feel it a little bit in your toes, giving them a stretch, but typically this will get right into the bottoms of the feet. And similar to when we were doing child's pose, this might be really tight for you. So if you've never stretched the bottoms of your feet like this before, or if they're just particularly tight today, you're welcome to calibrate using your body weight. So you can rock forward a little bit and have your hands to the ground so that there's still some weight back on your heels, but not your whole torso. And so kind of any level of this is good. And tune into your own feet, see what's going on. If it feels okay to sit all the way back on your heels, you can, or if you need to rock forward and have your hands down and sort of work into it a little bit more, you can. So yogi's choice here. And we'll just stay one more breath. We don't want to be here too long. Just wake up our bottoms of our feet and get a good stretch. Okay, so when you're ready, let's go ahead, use our hands to help us come to standing. So come and stand, and then we're gonna practice one of my favorite poses. This is called Tadasana, and this is a great posture for strengthening the feet, strengthening the ankles, and just waking up all those muscles in the bottoms of our feet, in our toes, and in our ankles as well. So bring your arms down by your sides. This is a great one for stability. So feet are a couple inches apart, arms are down by your sides. As you inhale, we're gonna sweep the arms out to the sides and up and raise the heels. So coming up high in the toes. Now you don't need to be in like full Barbie feet or full high heel feet. Just come up as far as it feels okay for your feet. And then as you exhale, draw your belly muscles in as you lower your arms and slowly lower your heels. Now the first couple repetitions of this sometimes can feel wobbly, so just bear with it. That's just all your muscles working to stabilize, which is a good thing. So we're gonna do a couple more. As you inhale, take your arms out to the sides and up, raise up on your toes. We wanna use the full length of our breath to move. As you exhale, engage your belly muscles in to help with your stability as you lower your arms and lower your heels. Now try to get the heels and the arms to touch down right at the same time. It's a little bit of a challenge. The other thing I'll mention is find a spot on the wall to look at to help keep your focus, okay? So once you've got the move, try not to look at the video, because if you see me moving, that'll throw you off. So let's do 3 more. So as you inhale, raise your heels, raise your arms, come up on the toes, pause here and stretch, feel your feet. As you exhale, engage your belly muscles in as you lower your heels and lower your arms. Remember, don't worry if it's wobbly. The more that you do these, the smoother it will feel. Inhale, arms out to the sides and up as you raise your heels. Pause and stretch. And then exhale, belly draws in as you lower your arms and lower your heels. Good. And then last one, and we're gonna stay a couple breaths, so bear with me. So as you inhale, take your arms out to the sides and up, come high on your toes. You can clasp your hands overhead and press up with your palms. So now we're in a full body stretch here. Stay here to exhale. Belly muscles draw in to help keep you stable. As you inhale, keep reaching, keep squeezing those heels up, keep reaching with your hands. Let's stay 2 more breaths if we can. So exhale to stay, belly draws in. As you inhale, reach a little bit higher, feel your feet working, feel your calves. And then exhale one more time. Stay in place. Inhale, reach, 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 squeeze it up any amount more. And then as you exhale, release your hands, lower your arms, and lower your heels. Try to keep it controlled. Good, relax here. Notice how your feet feel. Notice your calves, your ankles. And then if you want to take a little bit of the pressure off there, you can just make some gentle circles with your ankles. Sometimes that can be kind of nice. Just mobilize a bit. Be really gentle and careful. And then we'll finish just with a little forward bend so that if our calves and the backs of the ankles need a stretch, they'll get one. So have your feet a couple inches apart and have your hands to your legs. And inhale here and stand tall. And as you exhale, slide your hands down your legs and deeply bend your knees as you bend forward. So we're in like a full bent over squat here. And hopefully you'll feel a little stretch for the backs of the heels and the calves. And then as you inhale, lead with the front of your chest as you just slide your hands back up your legs, come back to standing. Exhale, belly draws in as you slide down, lower down, bring your chest all the way to your thighs and drop your head. Inhale, lifting from the front of the chest, come on back up. And then one more like that. Exhale, sliding your hands down your legs as you bend forward, drop your head. Pause here. as you inhale, start to just bring your hands to the ground, bring your knees to the ground, bring the tops of your feet to the ground, and we'll do one more quick child's pose. So as on your next exhale, slowly shift your hips back towards your heels and bring your forehead down. And rest here for just a moment. All right, so when you're ready, you can just walk your hands towards you and come back to a seated position so we can finish up. So I hope that your feet feel a little bit more awake, a little bit more vibrant. If you're able to do this practice multiple times for a couple of weeks, hopefully you'll feel like you're gaining stability and strength in your feet and ankles and some resilience for the muscles in your feet. And stretching them out if they tend to get tight. So thanks again for joining me for this practice. I hope you've enjoyed it, and as always, you're invited to join me for online classes. I teach live classes online. I also have on-demand and therapeutic courses. So anytime you want to reach out to me, you can visit my website at bernadettesoler.com. Thanks again for joining me. It's an honor to practice yoga with you, and I will see you next time.